What's up, Internet? Well, it's finally here. The Suicide Squad trailer. Mario, what'd you think? I thought it was great.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, Steely Dan enhances anything, if you ask me.
Yeah, that was just something we know music sets the tone.
Yeah.
And the tone was set.
And James Gunn's got that ability to just, the needle drop it just right.
He does.
You know?
I mean, it's just like everyone knows. I mean, it was part of the original story in Guardians of the Galaxy was the mixtape.
Right.
And the music was a part of the story, and it was a big part of the trailer and the film, and I think he's going to do that again.
Yeah.
I mean, it
looks great. I don't know if you've seen, I mean, James Gunn did a lot of R-rated films before he got into, the Marvel gig. And so he's got a really twisted sense of humor. And, there's stuff out there you can find about him that's, whatever. But it's going to be awesome to see that just go wild.
Yeah.
With a $200 million budget.
You were just showing me a box for one of his original horror movies.
Yeah.
Slither?
Yeah, Slither, which I recommend. Seek it out. If you're a fan of Night of the Creeps, it's sort of an update of Night of the Creeps.
All right.
Do recommend.
Put it in the queue.
Yeah.
But a cast of thousands in this. I just like how many people are in this, and it's just like it's a perfect potpourri of casting, from John Cena to Pete Davidson to Idris Elba. Margot Robbie is back, and there's a lot of people to keep track of.
Yeah.
A lot of his regulars are in there, right? Mm-hmm. We had Nathan Fillion was in there. Fillion. Damn, what's his name from The Walking Dead? Name's Mary Poppins.
Oh, Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Michael Rooker has been in all of his films.
Yeah, Michael Rooker is in there, right? Mm-hmm. It's just like, I feel like, are these like, directors have their lucky charms? Are these his lucky charms?
I mean, you work with somebody and you enjoy it. You want to bring them back.
Yeah. There was a big drop that we found out. King Shark is going to be voiced by Sylvester Stallone.
There you go.
So I was just like, that was a big one.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow. Because King Shark stuff in there, it got gory fast.
That definitely stood out. Yeah.
It stood out that he's going to definitely be somewhat of a crowd favorite. For sure. But although, is there any that in here that are going to not be crowd favorites? I just feel like, wow, there's so much. Again, this is along with Margot Robbie, who does Harley Quinn so good. Even though Suicide Squad didn't do great with the fans, and then even her standalone Harley Quinn is just like, she's just so freaking good at being Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen when you get James Gunn's version of that?
She's that character. She's the way Hugh Jackman became Wolverine.
Yeah.
She's Harley Quinn now.
I agree. There's just like
forever.
Yeah. And it's just like, and good. Just give her some chewy material, because we know she's a great actress.
Right.
So just give her something to chew on, and I think she's going to get something to chew on, because she was a big part of the first part of the trailer.
Yeah.
And then we had John Cena with a toilet bowl on his head.
How about John Cena in this? He's really embracing that I'm a dork, I'm a muscle-bound dork gimmick.
Which I really think maybe that's who he is in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know. And you know how they say the camera adds 10 pounds?
Yeah.
They added 10 pounds to each one of his arms.
Yeah, they're shooting his arms with separate cameras.
Like, it's just like, wow. He looks freaking so jacked. But yeah, he was a big, he got a lot of comedy love in this trailer too.
Yeah.
So what a few weeks for DC.
I know.
This is amazing.
I know.
That it's just like we had our Justice League drop, and then we have Justice is Gray drop, and now we have the Suicide Squad trailer drop. Mm-hmm. It's just like they're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Just like now you're like, don't F this up.
Right.
Right. Because we know that there was a lot of studio notes in the original Suicide Squad.
Right. So what were you saying about the original Suicide Squad and make it more like Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes, make it more like Guardians of the Galaxy. So I read a lot of those cuts, and they try to insert a lot of these cool music cues that just didn't work. Even the songs were good, and the characters were good. It's just like, why aren't these? It's like, what, just do it like James Gunn. And then finally they're like, okay, just let James Gunn do it.
Just bring in the guy.
Yeah, they actually brought in the guy.
That's very, very DC to do that, right? Because you think back to Justice League, right? When Zack Snyder had to step away, they got, like I said, I think they just Googled superhero team up films and director, and they said, "Oh, Joss Whedon. Okay, he did Avengers. Let's get him."
Yeah.
And now,
same
the
thing.
Suicide Squad. They want it to be more like Guardians of the Galaxy. They Googled Guardians of the Galaxy and director James Gunn. Okay, let's hit him up.
Thank you, Google.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out.
I know. I mean,
time it
not
worked
to
out.
slight it. It's probably going to be awesome.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to be great. I think it's going to. I think it is going to affect a little bit of the hashtag movement of hashtag release the Iron Cut.
Yeah.
Because this clearly, I got the vibe that this was another installment in the same year. This isn't a reboot. I know there's rumors that it was going to be a reboot, but you have Captain Boomerang in it there. You had, what's his name that was leading the crew again? So I think this clearly is another installment.
Yeah.
They even brought it up. It's just like, this is the infamous Suicide Squad. So this is clearly not their first mission together.
Right. It's more. I guess it's like a refresh.
Yeah. And so I don't know if is that going to cause WB DC to not want to release that cut to take away from this one?
I mean, I feel like let's just be honest. I feel that the Snyder cut got over in a way that WB was not expecting.
No, they did not.
I don't think they were expecting that positive a reaction.
No.
And people are passionate about it. I see people tweeting that it changed their life. I don't know about that, but I mean, it's a good film. It's great. So now people want more.
They do.
So we've got the movement for restore the Snyderverse, restore the Ayer cut, everything that came before.
Over 1 million on those that hashtag.
Yeah,
that's a lot of action.
And I think that DC is ready to shift away from the Snyderverse because they have plans.
Yeah.
They have things they have films they've shot already in completion. Right. They have things in development. So maybe it was a little bit tactical on DC's part to drop this now.
Right. Possibly. Because although I feel like this is still part of, I guess, I don't know, Harley Quinn being that linchpin, and we know that Ben Affleck Batman is part of this Suicide Squad universe because he was in the first one for a little bit, and they reference Harley Quinn in this. We know that Joker, who showed up in the Justice League Snyder Cut, is part of this Suicide Squad universe. So I still feel like, the foundation is in place, that it's still pretty much the Snyderverse as we know it. But so I'm curious of what kind of heat he has with The Office. Yeah. That they don't want to let him be the one that's leading the charge.
Who knows? We can't say for sure. We can only speculate.
Right.
But, Zach definitely fed some of that by releasing pics and releasing images and sort of egging his fans on a little bit to let them know there is something else out there. And you know what? The way Justice League, the original one, turned out, I would want folks to know too. Yeah. No, that wasn't.
I didn't do that.
I wasn't doing that. I was working on something else actually. That's not me.
Yeah, because that did suck. His name was on it.
It's credited only to him as director.
Yeah, from people, years from now that might not know it.
Yeah,
he gets the credit for that.
So I know. I mean, there's allegedly an Ayer cut out there somewhere in the WB vault. Maybe WB already rebooted this franchise.
Right.
So maybe they don't want that other cut to come out. Maybe later, maybe another time.
They could possibly do it later. But I can kind of see why, as much as I do want to see it, I can see why they don't want to, they may be looking at it as like, we don't want to confuse the market and really.
Exactly.
Because this one is coming out in August, right? As of right now.
Yeah.
So by the time you put a cut together, it might be weird. So maybe see what this one does first, and then maybe you can kind of release it as like a double feature.
Possibly.
Because I can't see this one not doing well.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if James Gunn didn't hit it out of the park, because we've seen what he did with both Guardians of the Galaxy.
From the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right?
That's it. Tickets are sold.
Yeah, that's all you needed, because remember Guardians of the Galaxy, no one knew who the hell they were before that film.
Right.
And like that was an RKO out of nowhere. That is just like, pow, that here's the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think he's going to do that with Suicide Squad. I mean, you got Idris Elba in there. Like, that's some serious acting chops that are in. I mean, there's too many characters to keep up with.
Yeah. You know what that says to me, though? We're going to see some casualties.
That's what I was thinking too, right? It's
Not
just
everyone's going to make it to the credits.
there's just way too many people that are just like, and you kind of need it, because look, they are the Suicide Squad, so there's got to be this is a suicide mission. Some people aren't going to make it. We're assuming Peacekeeper is going to make it, John Cena, because they did announce his show on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Unless that could be a prequel, and he doesn't make it, and that would be the swerve. Mm-hmm. I would like to assume Harley Quinn is going to make it too, just because I still feel like as good as she is, she hasn't had that film that really punched you in the mouth, even though her performance is great.
Yeah, and they gain nothing by killing that character.
No,
she owns it. She's going to be it until she
doesn't want to be it.
Right.
So, but yeah, Pete Davidson, I feel like he could easily be on the chopping block. Because
Yeah.
I don't know what his power was. Something kept sticking to his Crocs. Everything was sticking to him. They got a random rat in there. I don't know.
That's the Weasel.
The Weasel, yeah. I feel like there's definitely some. What was the name in the first Suicide Squad? The guy who got his head blown up. He was the only one that proved that it's just like this is a suicide mission.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but I have a feeling we're going to remember this one.
Yeah.
I want to think that Rooker could possibly do it, but I just like he obviously had a very emotional, exit in Guardians of the Galaxy. So if is his character, it's going to be big. But either way, this is going to put that Suicide Squad back on track.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe why WB's is like, let's just leave this alone until this film comes out.
Right. And you know what? I'm down with that.
Yeah.
They Justice League was one thing. They hadn't rebooted the franchise. They hadn't really done anything with it. But they've got an entirely new movie now. They don't want to release the Air cut. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand why that would be detrimental to what you've done now. Maybe in the future, who knows?
Hey, the Star Wars Christmas special, the animated versions, the animated snippets in there are actually making it to Disney Plus, and that was sworn that it was never going to see the light of day.
Never
ever.
say never.
And look, here it is. They just the animated version, not the rest of the part. I have one of the Comic-Con copies that were floating around.
Right.
That was, oh man, yeah. That's definitely, you need to be microdosing or something when you take that, because I was just like, whoa, 70s.
I've never got through an entire sitting.
No, it's tough, but the animated version stuff was very cool for its time.
I mean, eventually there could be a month, there could be a slow month on HBO Max, and I'd be like, what do we got in the vault?
Right.
Air cut? Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Justice League, there was really nothing coming up. You had Flash kind of like in development hell. Wonder Woman just came and went. There was really nothing cooking up to kind of get that going. But
yeah.
Like just Suicide Squad, they got the film and they have the show that's actually filming right now. So they have two things already kind of cooking up.
Right. I mean, this is DC. This is all they've got right now in the can.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in the can. So they need to lean into that and make sure it gets over.
Yeah. But it's gonna be good. We got King Shark ripping people in half. I'm in.
Hit renew subscription.
Yes. It'll be all right. And we're gonna still watch it, and we're gonna still be here and talk about it. If you want to hear us talk about it, like, subscribe, share the Holy Trinity, and we'll see you down the road.